Hi, everyone. I know the last message that I gave, it was about the cards that you've been dealt in life, and you can't do nothing about the cards that you've been dealt in life. And the last thing that I said, what goes around comes around like a hula hoop. And I know a lot of people don't believe in karma, or don't believe what goes around comes around, or don't believe what goes up must comes down. So I'm going to give an example about my life and how I heard of it, but I didn't quite believe. Okay, so around 1920, I first tried marijuana, weed, and I tried it with my sister, actually, my older sister. And the thing about it was, I smoked it, and the next day, it was a Saturday because I remember going to church the very next day. It was a Saturday, and Sunday morning, I went to church early service. I think this is the time we had to start going to church around 8:45 in the morning or whatever. So, I believe so. I believe this is the time. But anyway, so I woke up still under the influence of marijuana. Like I said, this is my first time smoking and actually getting high. So I'm in church, high as hell. High. Afterwards, we had a church dinner at one of the deacons' house. And I went there, still high, still under the influence of weed. So I don't know what it was, but I do know what it was because this is my first child's father, because I only had one child at the time, my oldest daughter. The I only had one child, and I found myself to be, I was really, well, I thought I was like really super in love with this man. And yeah, he hurt me or whatever, but that doesn't mean, just because they hurt you, that doesn't mean that karma won't come back on you. So I called his brother, still high as hell. I told his brother, sweet talking him, and I was like, well, thought I was sweet talking him, and I was like, send me a picture of your penis or your dick. At this time, I wasn't using phallus. And then right afterwards, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. I'm sorry. Please don't tell your brother. I'm sorry. So, not even 10, maybe 20 minutes later, my child's father calls me. My child father's calls me. Oh, you stupid. You stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing like, I get you back, eh? I get you back. Because of all the things that he did to me. Some hurtful things. And sometimes they don't even give you closure. You just assume whatever you assume about the situation, and you have to move on. Right? So, 2010, I met my second child's father. And 2000 and by this time we already had my daughter. 2011, 2012. I think it was 2011. Nope, it was 2012. One night me and him had got into it. At this time he was staying with me. It was just a home that my parents had. It was a 2-family flat. It was just, we stayed in the upper, you know. And we got into it or something. He had went out, started drinking. My family stayed downstairs. So we was about to get married and everything. I found myself even opening up to him a little bit more. Isn't it funny when we get into relationships, we really don't open up to those people until we're getting married. And then we start opening up a little bit more, like, okay, we're marrying. Like marriage just doesn't fuck up to, you know, like marriage is not 100%. Just want to let y'all know that. Some people might take marriage seriously, but I don't know too many. Anywho, we was about to get married and everything. So right before the wedding, it came out. I had some breaking news. Your soon-to-be husband hit on your 15 to 16-year-old sister and asked her did she have hair down there. Automatically, I zoom back to that instance with my first child's father. Like, damn, karma. Not only did you wait to get me, I was 19, 20 years old. You decided to get me now. Damn near 27, 26, 28 years old. Instantly, I went back to that sense. To then, like, damn, I did tell him to send me a picture of his phallus real quick. Didn't you? You did. You remember that? I'm like, damn, I remember that, but damn. Telling you this story, this true story to say, no matter how good you think you are, how good you think you've been to a person, you cannot do them how they do you. Because the point of the matter, we all have to learn lessons, whether we learn those lessons or not. And karma came to smack me dead in my face. And to add sprinkles to the shit pile, right? I was about to get married to this man and ended up having 2 more children after that. I'm not going to say it was love. We confuse lust with love all the time. I don't know love. I know what I assume was love. And it's heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. And if you a decent person, you know you with somebody who doesn't cherish you, leave the situation. I'm telling you from experience. You may call me stupid. Damn, she's stupid. I call it experience. You, when the streets have to teach you, you got to learn the streets way. Some of us, even in high school, don't be ready for relationships. We think we doing something, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing a damn thing. Just opening up a can of experience. Life is funny. And don't get me, like I said, those ones that do you wrong, or those ones who have hurt or harmed you, that is their lesson too. The best experiences that ever walked into my life, I don't regret none of it. Because if I say, oh, if I can go back and what? Stand in that very moment and then don't learn nothing and the next motherfucker do the same thing? Come on now. I'm better. I really am. Just tiptoeing. It's beauty. Wisdom is the most beautiful thing you could have. No matter how many times you got to take the test, you're aiming to pass, right? I had to take my state board for hair license 3 times. I didn't give up. That's like life. I ain't gonna give up. And I ain't gonna be bitter and mean just because somebody else was bitter and mean to me. And trust me, I used to say some mean things. I used to say some really hateful things. And then as soon as a motherfucker tried to say something to me, why you gotta cut me so deep? Watch what you say if you don't want to get something said back. And then when you stop saying the mean things, here come karma again. Remember all that shit you said? Now you got a new motherfucker saying all that mean shit that you didn't say it back then. Doing a little bit worse. Finding something a little bit deeper. Finding this motherfucker do. Wow. Karma. I guess you gotta teach me, right? Do you. Don't worry about the next person. Do you. Don't worry about if they gonna get theirs. Everybody learning lessons in life, believe it or not. But don't wish that they get it. The moment you let go is when they get theirs. And you don't have to see or hear about it. Anybody that's coming and telling you about it is a gossiper. You need to watch out for them. If you just happen to hear via the streets, you happen to hear through via the streets. But don't be preying on another motherfucker's downfall, because karma comes back on that ass. Like I said before, it's mathematics, baby. What goes around comes around. Beyonce told you that song. What goes up must come down. What comes out must come back around. It's mathematics, baby. And that helps me. It truly does. Like I said, I'm not wishing, not hoping for no one's downfall. 'Cause I know how it feels. But I cope with it just like that. Still be good. Still be good to people. Still be good to you. No matter how wrong they doing you. You in the wrong circle. Get out of it. Still be good to people. But you don't have to deal with bullshit. That was something I had to deal with, obviously. I love y'all. Dos, dos. Dos, dos. Kiss, kiss.